Hello, good evening, friends. Today I am going to explain you about the banking system of India. So, the first bank started in India was by British, and there were majorly three banks. One was Bank of Madras, another was Bank of Kolkata, and third one was Bank of Bombay. So, these three were major bank during the British rule. And after some time these all three banks were merged and it was known as Imperial Bank of India. And later on this Imperial Bank of India only got converted into State Bank of India. So this is the about the banking history. Now, banking is regulated by Banking Regulation Act 1949, and all banks come under the supervision of Reserve Bank of India. So, Reserve Bank of India is also known as Central Bank of India. It is the supervisor or controlling authority of all the banks working in India. Majorly, banks are divided in two parts. One is scheduled bank and another is non-scheduled bank. What are scheduled bank? Scheduled banks are banks which are registered under the second schedule of Banking Regulation Act, which include your scheduled commercial bank, scheduled cooperative bank, and regional rural bank. And other financial institutions are included in non-scheduled bank. Now, what is the role of bank? Banks have major role of taking deposit, accepting deposit, providing loan, as well as it now works for the international finance also. They accept the FDI. They work for NEFT. There are other retail services also being introduced by bank nowadays. What are scheduled commercial bank? All commercial banks which comes under the supervision of Reserve Bank of India are known as scheduled commercial bank. They work for commercial purpose, accepting the deposit, providing loan, providing check. So these all are basic working facility of any scheduled commercial bank. Now what is scheduled cooperative bank? By the name only we can get to know what does cooperative means. So when few of the financial institutions come together for a basic purpose, they put their finance together and start a bank for a particular purpose, it is known as scheduled cooperative bank. And third is regional rural bank. Regional rural banks majorly operates in rural areas. So, for the reach of the rural people towards the banking system, government and RBI has introduced a new system, that is regional rural banks. These are located in rural areas so that rural people can also have the facility of all banking services. All banks has to be registered under the Banking Regulation Act 1949, and Reserve Bank is the whole sole authority who supervise, control, make guidelines of the overall banking system. So that is a brief idea about Reserve Bank of India and banking system. In next session, we will discuss about the role of Reserve Bank of India in banking system. Thank you.